Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 968 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today we've got even more phone tips. This whole week, 966, 967, and today's 968 has been on phone tips to make you lightning fast and do all the cool things your phone will do. Although saying the word all is kind of ridiculous because it'll do thousands and thousands of things. So I try to pick out things that are very useful to you. All right, let's see. Anytime you want to get to one of those back episodes, screwthecommute.com/ and then the episode number, 966, 967, and today's 968. But guess what? I've got loads of phone tip episodes. So what you do is you go to screwthecommute.com/training and just search that page for anything that has the word phone in it. And I think there's 15 or 20 other ones, short ones, that give you a couple tips that increase your productivity because we're all on our phones all day anyway. All right. Make sure you pick up a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free. And check out my mentor program, the longest running, most successful, most unique ever in the field of internet and digital marketing at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. All right, let's get into our first tip here. Now, I remind everybody that this is iPhone stuff because I don't have an Android, but Android will do a lot of this stuff. You just have to get a YouTube video to see how to do it on Androids. But anyway, let's get into this. Now, did you realize that your Notes app can be a calculator? You don't have to switch over to a calculator app and go back and forth and all that. So what do? You can either open a note that exists or open a new note, and then you can just type in, for instance, 10 plus 2, and then the equal sign, and instantly the answer appears. It's really crazy. But even crazier is that you can open your a note or a new note, and you can choose a writing tool at the bottom, and you can just draw it with your finger. 10 plus 2 equals. But in that case, it's going to come up with a little thing that says "click to solve" to make sure your writing wasn't just part of some picture you were drawing. And you click it, and boom, there's the answer. And you can even do it vertically, so you can go 10 plus 2 plus 7 plus 4 and put a line under it as if you were just adding up a list of numbers, and the same thing will come up. Click to solve, you click it, and there's the answer. That is just crazy. All right, so that's your Notes app acting as a calculator. And it can be in the midst, either a note by itself or in the midst of another note that you're working on. All right. Next thing is how you can make a graphic out of thin air, or a gorgeous graphic. And people make fun of me all the time because if they say draw a dog, I mean, it looks like a prehistoric something with pointed feet. I mean, it just you can't tell what it is. All right. But here's the deal. Again, you can open up your Notes app and you go to a drawing tool at the bottom. And you just make a sketch of anything, an elephant or a dog or a cat or whatever you're trying to sketch, a car. And then you go down and click the image wand. And you take that and you circle the part that you want to be turned into a nice image. And of course, it's going to use AI. And it's going to ask you to describe what you really want. Like, do I want a dog with a heart around it and make the heart purple? Or, whatever you want to describe it as. And then it's going to ask you, do you want an animation? Do you want an illustration? Or do you want a sketch? You pick what you want and hit done. And it'll give you like 3 or 4 different iterations of a gorgeous picture based on what you just said. You just swipe, 1, 2, 3, 4 to see the different ones and pick the one you like. But let's say you don't really like it and you changed your mind about the purple heart. It's going to say, describe it some more. And you can say, well, instead of purple heart, make it a red heart, and hit go again. Boom. It changed it for you. It's just, you can keep adding more descriptions to keep revising what you want or tweaking it, and then you can save it. So that's crazy, crazy, crazy. So you're making a graphic out of thin air. All right. So we had the Notes app can be a calculator, and the Notes app can be a graphic device for you. All right. So speaking of calculators, let's go to your calculator again, the actual calculator app. And this can be used to convert things because, if somebody says, oh, it's 7 degrees Celsius, I'm like, oh, man, I cannot remember that 59 degree thing to convert it, or how many cups are in a gallon, how many ounces are in something, whatever. So what you do is you open your calculator app, and up at the top left, you have this hamburger icon, which is like 3 little lines. You tap that, and it's going to say, do you want a basic? Do you want an advanced calculator, or do you toggle on convert? And when you toggle on convert, it's going to remember what the last thing you converted was, or maybe you haven't done it yet. And then it takes a little bit to get the hang of it, but basically you're going to get a horizontal line with one thing on top and the conversion on the bottom, or vice versa. And then to the right of those things, the numbers is going to be little tiny up and down arrows. So what you do is if when you want to figure what you want to convert, you tap on one of the up and down arrows, and it gives you a horizontal list of all the things that you could convert: temperature, ounces, pounds, I think money, all kinds of things. And so you pick what you want, and then you put in, if it was 1 pound, and then it's going to say 16 ounces if you chose ounces, pounds to ounces. If you say, oh, well, I want to do 3 pounds, you got to look closely at this, because the one that you're working on is going to light up brighter, and that's the one you're working on. So you tap, instead of 1 pound, you tap the number 1, and then it'll be lit up, and then you change that to 3 pounds. Just put 3. And then the top will, do the multiplication and do the conversion for you right there. So anyway, play with that, because that comes in so handy. I got to tell you. So this episode, we talked about the Notes app can be either a calculator or a graphic generator. And the calculator app itself can do conversions for you, all right there, very simply. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see, Monday, 969. I'm going to tell you about a really critical thing about what not to do, or what to do to keep your iPhones and your it's not just iPhone, it's anything. Keep it safe by reducing synchronization. That's what we're going to talk about on Monday. And then check out my mentor program, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and that gives you a scholarship to my school, the only licensed dedicated internet and digital marketing school in the country, probably the world, that'll give you or your loved ones a highly with a capital I, all right, highly in-demand school or in-demand skill that you can get in as little as 6 months. And we've had people making money, lots of money, long before they even graduated. So it's better than the 4-year crap that they're trying to shove down your throat, where they just teach you how to protest. All right, well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Check it out, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, or the school is IMTCVA, Internet Marketing Training Center, Virginia.org. But you don't have to be in Virginia because it's distance learning. All right, we'll catch you on the next episode, a very critical one coming up Monday.